All right, on today's show, the most important recent Facebook updates that we need to know all about as marketers, including some really interesting and somewhat frightening insights about how people are using Facebook and the Meta platforms now. Is Meta ready to do all the ad optimization for us? That and some generative AI updates all coming up right now. My name is Jerry Potter, host of the Social Media Marketing Talk Show, a Social Media Examiner production. We break down all the latest social media news and what it means for marketers like you. I am in Europe for a marketing conference earlier this week, doing the show live from Amsterdam today. So let's start with an interesting update from Meta themselves about how people are using Facebook and Meta's other platforms. First, they showed that video has clearly become the dominant focus on Facebook. This is no surprise. I think it was probably like 8 or 9 years ago when Mark Zuckerberg said, I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years, Facebook will be all video. So it wasn't quite dead on that. But a big part of that, of course, has been coming from Reels being the major engagement driver. Now, traditional news feed engagement, and keep in mind, this all came from Meta, they said, hey, this has declined, and Facebook stories never really gained significant traction. I know a lot of us are just cross-posting stories from Instagram sometimes. And another thing they talked about, just to put this in perspective, we've definitely heard Instagram and head of Instagram, Mark Mosseri, say that they want to be the platform where people message their friends and message their friends content that they like, right? Well, apparently 63 times more messages are sent in Meta's apps daily compared to public posts. Now, of course, if somebody, goes back and forth, hey, where do you want to eat? I don't know. How about this? So I don't know. How about this? That could be 8 messages like that versus someone actually creating a public post. But we are definitely seeing this shift toward people creating less content on the Meta platforms and more just doing private messaging, which is exactly where they said they want it to go. Now, I'm a glass half full kind of person, so I tend to kind of look at that and think, okay, well, maybe that means there's more opportunity for those of us that are creating content to get in there. I do remember once upon a time before, people now are creating a lot more content on LinkedIn, where they said it was like, outside of text posts, it was less than 5% of people were ever creating content on LinkedIn. So there was a great opportunity there. So we'll see how all of that plays out. But it was interesting to hear some of this from Meta themselves, saying public posting is no longer a major component of the Facebook or Instagram experience. Okay. All right, we've got some Meta AI updates as well as some ad updates here in just a second. But if you've been feeling overwhelmed by AI, it seems like there's a new AI tool launching every day or an update to one of the major tools. Which ones matter? Which version do we use? Which ones are hype? The AI Business Society cuts through the noise with training and guidance from vetted experts. This can be so impactful in helping you become an AI enhanced marketer. So you can save time and save money by learning from others' experiences. Focus on tools that deliver real ROI as opposed to something that's just shiny because it just came out and you go, oh, I've never heard of that before. And you can build a sustainable AI strategy that actually grows your business. One of our members, Anna Rogers, explained, as a freelancer, I don't have a company around me with an AI council and people in different departments testing stuff out. The AI Society helps me fill that gap. Learn all about it and grab your spot today. Go to socialmediaexaminer.com/AI business. Again, socialmediaexaminer.com/AI business. Well, we are seeing more and more generative AI where, the AI actually creates something. More of those features rolling out. And now Meta has said that if you are running ads on their ads platform, you'll actually get early access to some of these versus people that are just doing organic stuff. So they're gradually introducing, it's an early release program that'll give select advertisers access to test these out before widespread rollout. Now, a couple things to know about these, though, before you go, all right, let me use all of these. First of all, they're labeled as early release. You'll see them at the ad level in Ads Manager. But I think anytime they say that, it's kind of like, hey, we're still in the beta phase or maybe even the alpha phase. So just keep that in mind. If I'm spending hundreds or thousands of dollars a day on ads, I want to make sure that I've got something that's working, right? Advertisers can also preview and customize their ad variations before deciding whether or not to opt in. So you do kind of get to play with it, see how it looks before, deciding to move forward with it, which is great. Also, though, it may be limited or removed at any time. So they may roll something out, you may fall in love with it, and then they may go, yeah, we're going to take that away. But if they do take it away early, they say that they will provide a notification so that at least hopefully you'll be aware of it, be able to adjust anything that may need adjusting. Another thing that they're rolling out is an opportunity score. So some of the stuff that we've been hearing, and at this conference I was at this week in the UK, there was talk about, marching toward the day where buying ads online or buying ads on, Facebook specifically is going to be, hey, these are the people that I want to reach. And then Meta will just, and their AI will just go do it. They'll just go find those people. It'll create the images, the videos, the text, the copy, the headlines, like all of that stuff. So it feels like they're stepping toward giving us less and less control, right? They encourage us to take advantage of Advantage Plus. Some of the more savvy ads experts, a lot of them who've had here on the show, want to say, no, we'll test that. We'll see. We know it's getting smarter, but we're going to make sure we are putting in the effort to do the things that we know work. But they're now rolling out what they call an opportunity score. So it's going to be basically a score to rate the way your campaign is set up from 0 to 100. So you can quickly assess how closely your campaign is adhering to Meta's performance best practices. Okay. Then you can monitor and improve your score across your account, campaign, and creation workflows. So it's almost like, they're gamifying it, which some people respond well to, but it's almost like they're also, punishing us or almost shaming us, it feels like, if we don't take all of their recommendations. So I'll be curious to see how marketers end up responding to this. Now, of course, they say, yeah, you want to get a 100 for the best possible campaign, but also asterisk, while a high opportunity score signals strong setup, quote, it doesn't guarantee improved return on ad spend or outcomes. So obviously they're not guaranteeing anything, but it'll be interesting to see just how good it happens to be. They're also rolling out some upgrades to the ad suite for business-centric conversion optimization. One of them is the enhanced value optimization tool that's letting advertisers target return on ad spend based on profit margins or based on custom conversion events. Another one is a value rules feature. This has been out, but it's being expanded to help advertisers prioritize high value demographics. So the idea is that you'll be able to drive more tailored, effective outcomes across all of Meta's ad spaces. And then also incremental attribution is now globally available for real-time optimization of incremental conversion. So the way this works is they're looking at this with a hybrid approach. So first, this will allow you to review current measurement practices by assessing data quality and coverage. Then from there, you can calibrate the measurement models like multi-touch attribution using experimental results to accurately reflect the real-world outcomes, because we know we can't track everything. There's some limited tracking, but do the best projecting that we, along with Meta, can do. And then third, conduct regular experiments across the multiple channels with a particular emphasis on using these experiments for single channel evaluations and in-channel optimization. So essentially, you'd be able to kind of measure and improve one thing at a time is the way that I'm understanding this is going to be all out there. All right. If you advertise to Singapore, and if you're thinking like, well, I don't advertise to Singapore, but you also advertise worldwide, this is something that's going to be really important to know. So again, it's affecting the Singapore market, but anyone who advertises worldwide is currently included in the Singapore market. So there's new verification and transparency requirements for anyone delivering ads to audiences in Singapore. This has already kicked in for a lot of areas. You must verify the identities of the individuals or organizations that are benefiting from the ads and funding the ads, and then designate those verified entities as the official beneficiary and payer when you set up the ad campaign. So you'll see that when you go into Ads Manager if you are targeting worldwide or specifically audiences in Singapore. Now, any ads that were published before May 27th, that's the day that this started kicking in last month, will be exempt from retroactive updates if the account is verified. And if it's like any other changes they made in the past, as long as you don't mess with the ads at all. You know how it is, though. If you run ads, as soon as you change something in the ad, they're like, oh, you got to follow the new rules now. So this is going to be really important if you target world people in Singapore. All right, some updates also to the Meta Ads platform, including with their API, which is how they connect to other ad managing programs. The daily budget flexibility. So when you go and you set up a campaign and you say, okay, yeah, this is how much I want you to spend per day. Well, over the course of the week, they'll actually feel like they can get you better results. Well, now that daily budget flexibility is increasing from 25% to 75%. Okay. So they can spend up to 75% over your daily budget on days with better opportunities, while maintaining the weekly spend of would still be 7 times the daily budget. So this is just good to be aware of if you're somebody that maybe runs weekly campaigns, but then you're planning to turn it off after a couple of days or anything like that. Also, the Advantage Plus campaign experience now allows advertisers to leverage Advantage Plus performance benefits while accessing the complete range of ad features for both shopping and app campaigns. So some other expansions there, lots more. And these are all rolling out. Some of them will be rolling out gradually, so you may not see all of this quite yet. And Threads has been out for quite a while now. We heard a little while back that ads will be coming to Threads on the user side. People are like, oh, but it was so fun. But yes, as marketers now, you have an opportunity to get in front of Threads' ever-growing audience, where they seem to be very, very highly engaged. This is also attached to the marketing API. So when you do this, you can, first of all, you can use your existing creative. So any existing image assets that you've already created for Facebook or Instagram, sounds like you're going to be able to do that for Threads as well without having to create anything new. You do have to have a Threads profile for your brand, though, to run ads on the platform. So you can't just have a Facebook business page and then run ads on Threads, for example. And then for performance tracking, you can use the Insights API with breakdowns for the publisher platform or the platform position, so that basically you'll be able to separate stats from Facebook, Instagram, and Threads placements, which is good. This is one of those opportunities, perhaps, that as ads are rolling out on Threads, perhaps costs will be a little bit cheaper there and results might be a little bit better, but don't know unless we try, right? All right, quick reminder to learn more about becoming an AI enhanced marketer at socialmediaexaminer.com/AI business. Again, check it out at socialmediaexaminer.com/AI business. And a couple of other podcasts for you to check out. We have the AI Explored podcast as well as the Social Media Marketing podcast. Until next time, may you be wise with your marketing decisions. Thanks, everyone. Bye.